So last time we talked about the hormones of happiness. Of course, they have other technical names, but um, anyways, so right now we are going to talk about cortisol. What is cortisol?
Cortisol is a primary stress hormone. It's released when your brain perceives a threat and plays a critical role in your body's fight or flight response, increasing energy and alertness.
Okay, well, so it is natural to our brains, correct?
Yes, that's correct. It's a completely natural part of our physiology, essential for survival and adaptation.
Why is it so high, the levels of cortisol? Why are they so high nowadays in people, let's say, that live in cities, that work in offices? What's the reason?
In modern society, chronic stress is a major factor. In a natural setting, cortisol levels rise to face a threat and then quickly decrease. But in urban and office environments, the stress is constant and persistent. This leads to persistently high cortisol, which disrupts our natural balance.
Could cortisol lead, and of course, this is just a hypothesis, but I think it's important to mention, could cortisol lead to a physical, tangible disease?
Prolonged elevation of cortisol can contribute to various physical diseases by suppressing the immune system, increasing cardiovascular risk, and disrupting sleep and metabolism.
All right, so you mentioned the relationship between cortisol and the immune system. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Cortisol has a regulatory effect on the immune system. While acute stress can briefly enhance immunity, chronic exposure to cortisol can suppress it. This can make the body more vulnerable to infections and potentially exacerbate inflammatory conditions.
All right, so what are the main factors that people experience today that keep their cortisol levels way up, like, of course, a lot more than they should be?
Key modern factors include chronic work stress, financial worries, social pressures, and the constant exposure to stimuli from technology, leading to a sustained state of alert.
Okay, so do you think that also has to do with a lot of violence that we see out on the street?
Exposure to violence, whether directly or through media, can definitely increase cortisol levels. The perception of constant danger and unpredictability contributes to that chronic stress response.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that, do you think because people are more stressed, they tend to be also more violent, or tend to have a more violent behavior?
There is a strong connection as chronic stress can impair emotional regulation. High cortisol levels can make people more irritable, reactive, and less able to cope with frustration, potentially leading to increased violent behavior.
What what do you think people should know and should practice in order to keep cortisol levels in a normal, let's call it a stable state, or stable level?
Promoting cortisol stability involves stress management techniques like mindfulness, deep breathing, and regular exercise. Establishing consistent sleep patterns and a balanced diet are equally important for maintaining a stable cortisol level.
Do you think people in general know this?
While awareness is growing, it's not universally known or consistently practiced. The constant demands of modern life can often overshadow the importance of these stress management strategies.
Okay, so right now let's talk about the relationship between not sleeping well and cortisol levels.
Poor sleep is a significant stressor on the body, leading to increased cortisol levels. This, in turn, can further disrupt sleep patterns, creating a negative cycle.
Okay, so we let's summarize. We know what cortisol is. We know that it's natural. We know what increases the level of cortisol in our brain, and we know how to normalize it, if you will. This is the second episode of the series, The Signs of Happiness. Any final detail that you would like to add?
A key takeaway is the importance of balance. While cortisol is vital, chronic elevation disrupts happiness and health. Understanding the triggers and implementing stabilizing practices is fundamental to overall well-being. It's a continuous dance between stress and equilibrium.
You're right. So see you on episode 3. Thank you.
See you on the next episode. I'm ready for whenever you want to continue.